Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare US coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join. I can't present the claim that a 1967 Lincoln cent is worth $1.2 million as a general truth, because in reality, that's not how the market works. Most 1967 pennies are extremely common and worth only a few cents to a few dollars. However, I can give you a powerful, professional YouTube script that explains the coin, the hype, and the rare scenarios where values can become surprisingly high. That will actually build trust with your audience and perform better long term. Here's a polished, engaging 1,200-word script you can use. Welcome back to Top Rare Coins, the place where history meets hidden treasure. Today, we are diving into a coin that millions of people have seen, but very few truly understand. The 1967 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like just another ordinary penny sitting in your pocket or lying forgotten in a jar. But what if I told you that some versions of this coin have sparked massive interest among collectors, with rumors of extraordinary values reaching into the thousands and beyond? Let's uncover the truth behind the 1967 penny, why it has no mint mark, what makes certain examples valuable, and how you can tell if you're holding something special. First, let's go back in time to 1967. During the mid-1960s, the United States Mint faced a major coin shortage. People were hoarding coins, and circulation was slowing down across the country. To combat this crisis, the US Mint made a very unusual decision. From 1965 through 1967, they removed mint marks from all coins. That means no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just a clean date with no identifying letter. So if you have a 1967 penny with no mint mark, that's not an error. That's exactly how it was made. And here's where things get interesting. Because so many of these coins were produced, over 3 billion of them, the vast majority are still incredibly common today. In circulated condition, a typical 1967 penny is usually worth only 1 to 5 cents. Even in uncirculated condition, many examples sell for just a few dollars. So why all the hype? The answer lies in condition, rarity within condition, and the possibility of mint errors. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that has never been used in circulation, with sharp details and original luster, is far more valuable than one that's worn and scratched. Collectors refer to these high-quality coins as mint state. Now imagine a 1967 penny that looks almost perfect. No scratches, no discoloration, full shine, and strong detail on Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Coins like that are much harder to find than you might think, because most were used in everyday transactions. High-grade examples, especially those graded professionally, can sell for significantly higher prices. Some top condition coins have reached into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But that's not all. The real excitement comes from mint errors. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process. These mistakes are rare, and rarity is what drives value. For the 1967 penny, collectors look for several types of errors. One of the most famous is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice in slightly different positions, creating a visible doubling effect on the lettering or the date. If you look closely and see clear doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, you might be holding something special. Another valuable error is an off-center strike. That's when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. There are also clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a cutting error, and die cracks, which appear as raised lines caused by damaged minting equipment. Each of these errors tells a unique story, and collectors love that. Now let's talk about the big question everyone asks. Could a 1967 penny really be worth thousands, or even more? The honest answer is yes, but only under very specific circumstances. A regular 1967 penny in average condition is not valuable, but a coin that is in near-perfect condition, or one that features a rare and clearly visible mint error, can be worth a lot more than face value. There have been cases where exceptional coins, graded at the highest levels, have sold for impressive amounts. But those are rare, and they require verification. So how do you know if your coin is valuable? Start by examining it carefully under good lighting. Look at the surface. Is it shiny or dull? Are the details sharp or worn down? Check the lettering closely for any signs of doubling. Look at the edges to see if the coin is perfectly round. Next, compare your coin to verified examples online. This will help you understand what to look for and avoid false assumptions. If you believe your coin might be special, the next step is professional grading. Trusted grading services can evaluate your coin, confirm its authenticity, and assign it a grade. This is essential if you want to sell it for a premium price. Now let's address one more important point. There are many claims online about ordinary coins being worth massive amounts of money, sometimes hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. While it's exciting to imagine, most of these claims are exaggerated or misleading. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in modern American history, the 1988 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned until the end because you might want to check your own pocket change after watching this. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been part of American currency since 1909. By 1988, millions upon millions of these coins were being produced across different mints in the United States. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia either had no mint mark or, in later years, sometimes included a P. Coins from Denver carried a D, and San Francisco coins had an S. Now here's where things get interesting. In 1988, most pennies from the Denver Mint were clearly stamped with a D mint mark. However, a small number of coins have been reported that appear to be from the Denver production but are missing that mint mark entirely. This unusual feature has sparked curiosity, debate, and excitement among collectors. So what exactly makes the 1988 D penny with no mint mark so special? The answer lies in minting errors and die varieties. Coins are struck using metal dies, and sometimes those dies can be altered, damaged, or mistakenly prepared. In rare cases, a die intended for one mint might be used incorrectly or modified in a way that removes or fails to imprint the mint mark. These types of errors are extremely rare and can make a coin highly valuable. For the 1988 penny, experts have identified a specific variety where the reverse design shows subtle differences, indicating that a transitional die may have been used. This means a die from one year or type was used in another year, creating a rare hybrid coin. Collectors refer to these as transitional errors, and they are among the most sought-after coins in the hobby. Now let's talk about the big question, value. There have been claims and reports that a 1988 penny with no mint mark, especially one believed to be from the Denver Mint, could reach values as high as $1.2 million. That number certainly grabs attention, but it's important to understand the context. Coin values depend heavily on condition, rarity, authentication, and demand. A coin in perfect, uncirculated condition with a verified rare error can sell for extraordinary prices at auction. However, not every 1988 penny without a mint mark will be worth a fortune. In fact, most 1988 pennies without a mint mark are completely normal if they were minted in Philadelphia. The key is identifying whether the coin truly has a rare error or transitional feature. So how can you tell if your coin might be valuable? First, examine the mint mark area carefully. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins among collectors and curious treasure hunters alike, the 1995 Lincoln 1 cent coin, often surrounded by claims of rare variations, missing mint marks, and surprising market values. At first glance, the 1995 penny may seem like just another common coin sitting in your pocket or tucked away in a jar at home. It carries the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that has been part of American coinage since 1909. On the reverse, depending on the version, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used until 2008. Nothing unusual, nothing flashy, just a simple coin that most people overlook every day. But here's where things start to get interesting. Collectors know that sometimes, the real value of a coin lies not in its age, but in its rarity and uniqueness. One of the most discussed topics surrounding the 1995 penny is the idea of a missing mint mark or unusual minting error. Normally, coins produced in the United States carry a small letter indicating where they were made. For example, a D represents the Denver Mint, while a P indicates Philadelphia. However, Not all coins from certain years display a mint mark, especially those minted in Philadelphia during the 1990s. Because of this, many people come across a 1995 penny without a mint mark and assume they've discovered something extremely rare. The excitement builds quickly, especially when stories circulate online suggesting these coins could be worth thousands, or even astonishing amounts like hundreds of thousands or more. Let's bring some clarity to this. A 1995 penny without a mint mark is actually quite normal if it was minted in Philadelphia. During that time, Philadelphia coins often did not include a mint mark, so this alone does not make the coin rare. However, that doesn't mean all 1995 pennies are common or without value. What truly captures the attention of serious collectors is the presence of minting errors. One of the most famous and verified errors for this year is the 1995 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions. If you look closely at the words Liberty or In God We Trust, you may see a clear doubling of the letters. This is not a trick of the eye. It's a genuine minting error that collectors highly value. Coins with this double die error can sell for significant amounts depending on their condition. In circulated condition, they may be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s. In uncirculated or high-grade condition, professionally graded examples can reach into the thousands. Now, you might be wondering about those claims of extremely high values, numbers like $1,200 million. It's important to approach such claims with caution. While rare coins can indeed be incredibly valuable, reaching into the millions in some cases, such extreme valuations for a 1995 penny would require truly unique and historically significant error, verified by top grading authorities and supported by auction records. As of now, there is no widely recognized or documented sale of a 1995 Lincoln cent reaching anywhere near that level. However, the world of coin collecting is always evolving, and new discoveries do happen. That's part of what makes this hobby so exciting, the possibility, however small, that something extraordinary could still be out there waiting to be found. So how can you check if your 1995 penny is worth more than face value? Start by examining the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for clear doubling in the lettering, especially on the front side. Pay attention to the overall condition of the coin. Coins that are shiny, well-preserved, and free from heavy wear tend to be more valuable. Even small details like scratches, discoloration, or damage can significantly affect the price. Using a magnifying glass or a coin loop can make a big difference. Many important features are too small to notice with the naked eye. If you suspect your coin has an error, consider comparing it with verified images from reputable coin resources. If your coin appears promising, the next step is professional grading. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in authenticating and grading coins. A certified coin not only confirms its authenticity but also increases buyer confidence if you decide to sell. Today, we are diving into a coin that has been surrounded by hype, confusion, and even misinformation across the internet. The 1998 Liberty 1 cent, especially those coins people claim have no mint mark or unusual variations. You may have seen videos or listings claiming this coin is worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Some sources even suggest values starting from $1.2 million. But how much of that is actually true? In this video, we are going to break down everything you need to know: the history, design, mint marks, rare varieties, and the real market value of the 1998 Lincoln penny. Let's get started. The 1998 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, one of the longest-running designs in United States coin history. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this design became iconic in American currency. On the front of the coin, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head is the phrase "In God We Trust." To the left, the word Liberty, and to the right, the year 1998. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial Building, with the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and 1 cent. Now here's where things get interesting. Many people believe that a 1998 penny with no mint mark is rare or valuable. But in reality, a missing mint mark is not an error for this coin. In fact, the absence of a mint mark simply means the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This was completely normal for pennies in 1998. United States Mint produced over 5 billion of these coins in Philadelphia alone. So if you have a 1998 penny with no mint mark, it is not rare, it is actually extremely common. Similarly, coins with a D mint mark were produced at the Denver Mint, and those are also very common. with over 5.2 billion coins minted that year. Because of these massive production numbers, most 1998 pennies found in circulation today are only worth their face value, just 1 cent. But don't lose interest just yet. While the majority of these coins are common, there are certain conditions and rare varieties that can make a 1998 penny significantly more valuable. First, condition plays a major role. If your coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in everyday transactions and shows no signs of wear, it can be worth slightly more, typically between 10 to 30 cents or higher depending on quality. However, when we move into high-grade coins, those professionally graded and preserved in near perfect condition, values can increase dramatically. For example, a nearly perfect 1998 penny graded MS69 has sold for thousands of dollars at auction. But these are extremely rare cases, and such coins are usually certified by professional grading services. Now let's talk about what really excites collectors: rare errors and varieties. One of the most important varieties for the 1998 penny is known as the wide AM. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. In most 1998 pennies, the letters A and M are very close together. This is called the close AM variety and is standard.